Hey guys, this is Alex from 4Siege Trading, and today I'm coming back to Serum. So we had some trades on Serum in the past, and now I do think the last profit target on that trade was hit. So it only makes sense for me to find some new opportunities, and there will be very plenty of them because Serum has done something pretty beautiful. And when I imply about that, I'm mostly talking about regaining over this left side right here. And you know, regaining over this left side right here, it does incentivize some bullishness. So now we can go test almost the top of this structure, so you can see why this would be such a great play right now. I mean, essentially we can be getting some good profit takes off of it, right? But before that, obviously we need to now fill another trade to begin with, right? I mean, obviously we want to be affiliated in this trade, and so far right now we're gonna have a little area running down right here, and you can already see why this is such a beautiful one, because this is one of the mainest areas on this current chart. So you will probably have a pretty good fill spot, and not to say a pretty high priority or high, you know, probability trade when it comes to it. So we will most likely be met with a pretty good pump, you know, or should I say we're gonna follow with a pretty good reaction, right? So let's just first see on how big of a stop loss this will put us. So basically speaking, I would much rather have my stop loss under the low here, but I won't be placing it too much the low, because the logic of mine is if you start moving under this, so say this, it will most likely go to swoop out the low anyway. So I'm gonna, in this case, I'm gonna be putting it just a little bit higher, just to save on a couple of percentages. In this case, we are gonna be placing our stop loss at 13%, which is not our most, you know, tight stop loss that we ever did, but it is still good enough to begin with, right? And this stop loss is going to be placed on $1.84, and our entry is at 2.14. It's a little bit of an area. It's about 20-cent area, so you know we already split the buys top, bottom, and you know middle. And again, all of these numbers can be seen to the right of my screen, guys, right? So everything can be observed there. So yes, speaking of which, now right now this is the kind of area that we absolutely want to hold if we wish to continue on bullishness. So now speaking of this, we're going to be analyzing and taking some of the profit takes. So yes, basically speaking, we already know for the very top profit take that we you know, talked about right here. And this is one of those that you probably most likely, or should I say, you have to be taking it at all times. You know, it is the structure that created the previous high and then broke all the way down below under this low. So now when it comes all the way up here again, you will most likely reject it on the first time, right? So this is actually the profit take you absolutely almost have to take every single time, right? Now it is a little bit you know, it is a little bit noisy in this, and what I mean by noise, and when you have a lot of candles just going sideways, you know, that's just kind of creates that noise in the price action. So I'm pretty sure I could be pinpointing this profit take a little bit better, and it would be somewhere around in here, so I can maybe move my area just a little bit higher, and we get that a couple of extra percentages that always makes a big difference in the long run, right? And first profit target, because that is absolutely going to be our second and most likely our last profit target. So now we have to be focusing on the second one, and the second one is going to be a little bit more soonish, and also got a pretty good pretty good reasoning for it, because I already know, right? I mean, we definitely don't know if after all this breakdown, you know, filling here, yes, it is naturally a bullish continuation trade because of the current structure, but since we did swoop the low, we also have to take our profit takes earlier, because we just don't know if it's gonna continue from here. And if we don't know if it's gonna continue, then obviously we're gonna secure some of the early profit takes, which are in this case are still gonna be pretty nice before going for the main course. So yeah, so bringing each, I'm gonna be taking it up in the middle of the box this time around, because this is around the middle of the box is the best profit take, as you can see here, right, pointing at this direction here. So now I'm gonna be saying the first profit take is at $2.6, 23% or 1.7 R. You know, so when it comes to R ratio, it is not the best profit take, but we also gotta mention that this trade, usually the hit rate on them is, you know, 65 to 70%, or sometimes even higher, especially if it's mainest area on the entire chart. It's usually 70% plus. So taking a trade that is 1.7R is actually a very good idea still, right? Because essentially speaking, statistically speaking, I should say, on the long run you will definitely be making good profits with a trade like that. Now moving to a second profit take, right, and most interesting one. Again, you can be taking it on the middle of the box, because that is the absolutely the most, I mean, the most pinpoint of TP that we just talked about. And maybe, you know, just because it's a little bit too more pinpoint, let's just move it a couple of percent under, you know, just for safety, right? And you can already see the second profit take is at $3.27, right, at 53% and 3.8R. So you see, I mean, it's not the biggest trade that we've taken, right? I mean, our XRP trade is soaring currently at a lot more higher percentage profits, but you can still see this profit take is still very much amazing. It is still, you know, it's still a very good trade, and this is one of the best trades you can possibly have on a chart like this, right? The only thing you don't know is if it's gonna break the top. So let's just say if it breaks the tops and creates a new top, because this essentially what we are doing right now, we want to be seeing a new top on this coin. If this does indeed happen, then we will most likely have to be filling some of these more trades, next ones are a little bit more aggressively. And in cases, if I zoom back into this area to the left, the next fill spot for that, if that does indeed happen, is going to be around here as well. So we mostly can see that not only does this area for our last profit target, it acts as a profit target, it also acts, from once you break it on the other way around, it also acts as a very good long area. Now for now I can't display that trade yet, because I need to see price going up there, breaking it before I can, you know, kind of assume where my stop loss is going to be placed. So for now, for today, we only got like one opportunity in this coin, because I do not see any smaller time frame opportunities as well on it, right? And even if I did have one, it would be very aggressive right now, and most likely when this video is uploaded, it would already be past, right? So this will be the only trade for today. So yes guys, please do subscribe to our channel, like the video, you know, share the video with your friends, and also comment down below. We do try to read and reply to every comment that you guys post, and also we do these videos every day except on Sunday. Also I have to apologize for moving the stream this week around, because my house is currently construction site. I am doing some renovations, so I do not have, you know, it's mostly pretty loud during the day, so I can't be having a good stream to begin with. But yes guys, thank you for watching us, and see you in the next one.